Welcome back to the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James, coming to you live on CBS Sports Network with a women's singles gold medal match that we cannot wait for. Domenika, Turkovic, and Shannon, Pretorius, both of these women playing in their very first championship Sunday. Dom, what is it going to take for Domenika to walk away with the gold?
She's got to get to the kitchen line, use her height and her length to her advantage, but again, still hit clean ground strokes, keep that ball in play. That's what got her here.
What about for Shannon, Chad?
Yeah, for Pretorius, it was a court coverage, the forehand roll, and that two-hand backhand passing shot down the line that were her strengths on Friday. Watch for those here today, but she's going to have to match Turkovic baseline game.
We are underway here. Pretorius with the serve. Point. Beautiful third to get the first point.
Well, nice approach there from Pretorius as she had Turkovic on the move. Again, here in singles, rally scoring to 15. Have to win on your serve.
Point. That ball missing just wide off the paddle of Turkovic.
Yeah, a little bit of a filling out process right now for both players. Pretorius coming in and hitting very clean. Turkovic, timing's just a little off right now.
Great spot there, down the line, clean play.
Well, much cleaner ball right there, because the first two, like you pointed out, Chad, she missed it like the first 2 points.
Well, and what set that up right there, too, was the backhand to backhand roll. It took Pretorius away from the line, opened up that passing shot.
Great movement to the kitchen from Turkovic to get the dink. That ties things up.
Well, and that's what I wanted from her, to get to the kitchen line, use her length and height to her advantage, and she does that, just that right there.
Turkovic moved here to the States to pursue collegiate tennis, went to Central Florida and then to Arizona State, originally from Zagreb, Croatia. Pretorius with the serve.
This hit, heard it right there off the edge guard, not getting that clean. And again, it's right now for me, it's all about Turkovic finding a rhythm here, finding the ball, getting a feel for the ball. She doesn't have a feel right now.
That ball is sailing deep and exemplifying your point, Dom.
Well, and this is the only event that Pretorius played in here this week. She wasn't able to find partners for split age and women's doubles. So it looks like she's got a little bit fresher legs. She is commuting here from Cleveland.
Yep, I was going to say she's been making the drive back and forth from Cleveland to here. She's lived in Cleveland for a few years, and in the last couple months is really committed to playing in more professional tournaments, and she's gotten close to beating really good players, but this weekend is really the culmination and the proof for her that all that work is coming to fruition as she finds herself guaranteed a medal here from the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James, but hoping to make it golden.
3-6.
Slid it down the line, and it looked like Pretorius was in complete control there. She had a very good deep ball that brought her up to the kitchen line there, but a couple of those volleys really didn't do a lot and allowed Turkovic to get back inside the baseline.
So this is a little different setup too. Typically we're used to seeing a lot of baseline to baseline with the ladies. Both of these ladies, because Pretorius isn't small either. She's taller too. She's got some length. So don't go to sleep on that. When you are taller, it does help to get to the kitchen line. Both these ladies getting to the kitchen line early, which is different than we typically see in women's doubles, and I like it right here, taking advantage.
But an excellent approach shot there from Pretorius. You see the shorter return from Turkovic. Pretorius steps up, deep ball to the backhand, opens up that forehand side, and just a nice controlled volley then to finish the point.
So it's an 8-4 lead here in game number 1 for Shannon Pretorius. Started playing tournaments at the end of 2022. You see Domenika Turkovic on your screen there, and there's Shannon Pretorius. Getting some feedback in the timeout about what has gotten her to this 4-point lead. She went to Arkansas State for tennis, and you see that wolf on her partner's shirt right there. UTR has unveiled the official pickleball rating system of USA Pickleball and the APP. Get your rating today at utrsports.net. Shannon Pretorius grew up with 3 older brothers, and she said that that has made her incredibly tough and incredibly competitive.
Wow. There's no going to sleep on her competitiveness right now. She is out to a 4-point lead here. And again, I love her approaches right now. And when she is approaching 2, it's very easy to overhit, and she's not overhitting on her approach shots, which is really nice. There it is again.
Oh, it's in. Oh, she almost took out the barricades.
And the first row.
Ball wide.
Here's another look.
Nice get here from Turkovic. Ball is behind her.
She almost overran that. When she hit that ball, it was almost on her body. That is such a good drop shot from Pretorius right there. She goes cross-court forehand roll. She makes Turkovic take that ball off the bounce and really couldn't do much with it.
9-5.
That ball sailing deep. Sets up a game point opportunity here for Shannon Pretorius.
No.
15.
Oh, you're right.
Rally
scoring to 15.
Changing it up.
Switch
doubles
gears,
to
AJ.
singles.
We're into singles here. Best 2 out of 3 games to 15.
We'll just that ball flattened out on her a little bit.
6.
Didn't get under it enough.
6-10.
Same thing there for Turkovic.
11.
Almost both of them just hesitating a little rather than just following through and finishing.
A little more
a
little more acceleration through contact. Excellent
Great
angle.
spot. Two-handed backhand. Gets inside the sideline, but great angle. Taken by
The key
Pretorius.
there too is watch the backhand, watch the take back on that volley there. She doesn't go far behind the body. It's even with the hips. She can get it in front, really accelerate and get the spin. But taking that early has enabled her to create more of an angle.
Oh, wow.
Painting lines.
Beautifully done by Pretorius.
Honestly, if I'm Turkovic right now, I am returning wide to the backhand to then find the forehand of Pretorius, because right now Pretorius is running around the forehand to rip a backhand.
Great spot down the line. Again, Pretorius is precise with the spots that she's picking on the court.
She just flattens this out down the line, right? You see her stay open, her hips stay open, and she just punches that ball right down the line.
And now it's a game point opportunity here for Shannon Pretorius in our women's singles gold medal match. And does it like she did most of the other points, forcing Turkovic sideline to sideline. Gets it done. Shannon Pretorius takes game 1 of our women's singles gold medal match. We'll be right back to Columbus. There's Shannon Pretorius and her husband Andrew talking strategy after her game 1 victory in this women's singles gold medal match. They just celebrated their anniversary last week. Married for a few years. They met at Arkansas State, where Shannon was playing tennis and Andrew was on the men's rugby team.
They look like the kids.
0-0.
Well,
No, right?
they didn't graduate that
We're just
long
getting
ago,
old.
Chad.
We talked about this today. Oh, good ball.
Beautiful spot. Turkovic paints the inside of the baseline, gets the first point of the second game.
Well, and both of them coming to the kitchen line there. We almost got a little cat and mouse game at the kitchen line between Turkovic and Pretorius.
1-0.
It's in. Oh, nice reach in there. And that was much better executed there from Turkovic. So she tried to grind out with the backhands of Pretorius there, but then she finally went wide to the backhand, which then opened up the forehand. And we haven't really seen a whole lot from Pretorius other than a forehand roll. Turkovic anticipates that, takes the ball out of the air. Perfect absorption volley.
Pulls that two-handed backhand just a bit wide as she goes cross court.
Well, that's exactly where I want Pretorius to go, is to the Turkovic backhand when she approaches, because I want to force her to try and roll that ball with her backhand to the corner opposite.
That ball stays deep.
Point 3.
First time I've seen her rush through an approach right there. Every other one, she's been under control.
3-1.
Ooh, a little kick on the serve there.
Turkovic has been building on her first lead of this match. Up 4-1. Never had the lead in game number 1.
No, tried to do too much with the volley, but again, good execution there. She goes wide to the backhand, opens up the forehand line, and then gets that easy ball off the forehand of Pretorius.
Big overhead winner off the paddle of Pretorius, and 1 point away from tying things up.
Well, good approach right there again from Pretorius, following that ball in nicely. But instead of trying to do too much with it, she just pushes it back, gets it about a foot from the baseline, and then the big overhead winner.
Turkovic is just returning too much middle. She's giving Pretorius that shot that she wants, and it's the shorter ball that she can step in with that two-hand backhand and really put the pressure on. Needs to go wider to the backhand there to open up the forehand, or if anything, just take it to the forehand straight away.
That ball just missing as Turkovic throwing out a paddle to try and get that ball back over the net.
Now, if she does go middle, I don't mind her going middle and coming in, right? But if she's going to go middle, she's got to come in. If she doesn't, then she's opening up those angles like you're talking about, Chad.
Well, we know singles, especially in rally scoring, is a game of runs, and right now Pretorius is on one. She trailed 4-1 and now on a 5-0 run here in game number 2. We'll see if she can continue it when we come back to the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. Shannon Pretorius is on a 5-0 run here in game number 2 to give her a 6-4 lead over Domenika Turkovic. Game 1 went the way of Pretorius. And now she sits just points away from winning her first gold medal here on the APP Tour. Finds a beautiful spot just out of the reach of Turkovic.
Again, just a little too much middle of the court there for Turkovic. Pretorius is able to get her on the run. Opens up for that nice forehand passing shot.
Wow,
just on the line.
Again, dotting lines is Pretorius. She was doing it in game 1 all through the game, and now all of a sudden she's starting to do it here in game number 2. And giving herself a lead. A little bit of a cushion here.
8-4.
8-4 the score for Pretorius' serve.
Oh, hitting lines again.
Turkovic just looking over, going, "What? What do you like? What do you want me to do right now?" Like,
Timeout receiver 9-4,
And
1
she's
minute.
looking over to Lee Whitwell, who's been in her corner for a little bit now. Whitwell, a senior pro here on the APP Tour and fantastic coach in her own right. Giving some feedback to the first-time Championship Sunday player. And Domenika Turkovic, if you were in her corner, Chad, what would you tell her to do out of this timeout?
Way too many middle balls. You know, I would like to see her either take a ball wider to the forehand, follow behind it, or go wide to the backhand, follow behind it, open up. She almost has to play like men's singles right now. Staying back, Pretorius is hitting sideline, sideline. She's painting lines right now. Turkovic needs to step up, take the ball inside the baseline,
and follow.
it.
Yep. Like you talked about, Chad, you're not saying anything guys, girls, but guys get to the kitchen line a lot. Girls play baseline to baseline, but she needs to flip that and play like a guy does, meaning getting to that kitchen line.
Pretorius with the serve and the 5-point lead.
Got to make that ball bounce. That was the right ball, right idea. Pretorius reads it perfectly. Turkovic needs to make that roll bounce.
10-4. Side out.
Rare mistake from Pretorius right there. Just catches the ball a little deep.
So it's a point and a side out. Now it's up to Turkovic
5-10.
to try and take advantage.
There she
So
goes.
kitchen line,
Right.
exactly like you're saying, and it's 2 straight points for Turkovic, who had been sitting on 4 since the score was 4-1.
Well, she follows the right ball in. She could have came in on the one before, but it wouldn't have been the right choice. She follows the right ball in. Follow it. That's it again.
Yeah, I mean, she's going big with the serve. She's hit 2 serves that are a couple of inches inside the baseline. It's creating that shorter ball that she can then approach on.
7-10.
That time was Pretorius, who owned the kitchen line on her side of the court.
Well, it was a good job by Pretorius because on that drop shot here, she steps back, right? That was a great decision. Rather than trying to force it and take that out of the air, she takes a step back, takes the two-handed backhand, and rolls it cross court. Beautifully done.
Ooh, got away with one there. And if you look at the depth of the balls between Pretorius and Turkovic, Turkovic is hitting very few balls past the middle of the transition area. They're a couple of feet behind or past the kitchen line. Pretorius is hitting 3-4 feet inside the baseline, with the exception of that one there. And there, Turkovic gets a deeper ball and it puts the pressure on. She needs to shorten up the backswing a little bit, take that ball earlier, and that's going to give her the depth that she needs. Right now, she's a little big with the backswing, catching the ball a little late, so that's creating the shorter ball.
What a spot. Domenika Turkovic picking her spots with precision.
That was a great approach from Pretorius. But again, Turkovic just turning this on her with that backhand cut cross court. Threw Pretorius off just enough, and now back within 1.
So a timeout called here on the court because what was once a 4-1 lead here for Shannon Pretorius, now this is very close. She was up 10-4, and now Turkovic has gone on a run here. So we're here in Columbus, Ohio, of course, celebrating the community and the game of pickleball, but so much more than that. This is the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James, and celebrating the amazing work that they are doing over there for groundbreaking cancer research and caring for cancer patients, not just here in Ohio, but really from around the world. Megan Fudge and a few other players getting a chance to go visit some of the patients over at the James, and Megan told me that that was just a really humbling, really special experience to be a part of on this weekend that has meant so much to so many. Live action on the court. Turkovic trying to tie things up here in this second game.
Oh, nice cat and mouse there, and an excellent use of the lob from Pretorius.
Twice. Flipped up 2 lobs in the middle of that.
Just a little too much angle on that overhead from Turkovic, and so instead it's Pretorius with a chance to extend her lead late in game number 2.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it was a generous call on the far sideline there as well.
Here's another look.
This one right here. Yeah, it was close, but then Turkovic misses it by
Point 13-10.
ball and a half.
Just putting balls in corners consistently. Pretorius doing what she needs to do here. And now all of a sudden,
it's a championship point opportunity for Shannon Pretorius. She has played in multiple APP tournaments in the last few months, and says this weekend is the culmination of proving that she belongs on this tour, one serve away from becoming golden. But not if Domenika Turkovic has anything to say about it. Staying in this game is Turkovic.
Tricky situation right now, too, because don't forget, you have to win on your serve here in singles with the rally scoring. Turkovic will continue on rally scoring right now. Oh, Pretorius, perfect passing shot.
well, that being Turkovic, cuts and slices this return. And Pretorius recognizes that right away, and she uses that spin against her by hitting a huge forehand roll. And then as it gets over the net, starts to dip a little more, and Turkovic can't get underneath it.
And so it's another championship point opportunity for Shannon Pretorius.
Nice roll.
That was dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the situation. That's 14-11, match point on her paddle, and she hits that perfect roll.
12-14.
Oh, she got up on her toes.
A big looping serve, and Jen misses the third shot drive into the net, so has to give the ball back. And another championship point opportunity she has to defend. Pretorius can win it on this serve.
Here's the freeze coming into play right now, because it was 14-10.
Yeah.
And now it is 13-14. 3 straight side outs for Turkovic. Gets her back within 1.
Big serve here.
13-14.
Short return. Step up. Good approach. Tie game.
What a change of pace from Domenika Turkovic to tie us up at 14 all in game number 2.
And the difference there on that one, she got the shorter ball, got the ball that she could approach on. She didn't rush through it. She executed first. And again, oh, that ball's going out.
What a spot. Domenika Turkovic has tapped into something late in game number 2 to take the lead and set up her own championship, or her own game point.
Look at this ball right here she hits. little frack forehand right there for the winner.
15-14.
She trailed by 6 and came back to win by 2. What a comeback from the Croatian. Domenika Turkovic has forced us to a game 3 here in our women's singles gold medal match. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in Columbus. The APP Women's Open presented by the James is sponsored by Owl, the official paddle of the APP Women's Open, and Sports Imports, official net provider of the APP Women's Open. What a fitting end to what has been a really fun weekend of pickleball here in Columbus, Ohio. Welcome back to the Pickle and Chill at the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James. This is our women's singles gold medal match. And we are going to a decisive third game to decide which of these women will bring home their first ever gold medal on the APP Tour.
Oh, to start game 3, we got a little... Both of them got a little gun shy right there as they both stayed back.
Well, it was a lot deeper balls between both of them right there.
But nobody wanted to pull the trigger right there, but then all of a sudden Pretorius does
1-0.
and forces Turkovic into a wide ball.
Great change of pace. Domenika Turkovic found some success with that in game number 2. Carries it here to game 3 to get her first point.
But again, it's the depth of the return. The deep return from Turkovic creates the shorter third ball for Pretorius, and it allows Turkovic to come behind it.
Side out.
And vice versa right there for Pretorius.
That's a good spot there for Pretorius again, finding the backhand of Turkovic. Even though Turkovic had a couple nice rolls with the backhand, I'd keep going there when you approach the net and say, hey, if you can continue to do that, do it.
That ball missing wide off the paddle of Turkovic. So it's a 3-1 lead here for Shannon Pretorius. Pretorius took game 1, 15-6. Turkovic battling back to win the second game, 16-14. Oh, what a change of direction from Turkovic. Pretorius almost there.
She slipped first. This right here.
Yeah, a little stumble there, but I will say I've only seen Pretorius take a forehand cross-court roll. I haven't seen her try to roll a forehand down the line. So I believe Turkovic recognized that as well, because she was already moving cross-court as soon as she saw the shorter backswing of Pretorius.
That ball into the net, and Turkovic frustrated with the way that point played out. It's a 4-2 lead for Pretorius. Both of these women relatively new to professional pickleball, starting to play within the last few years and now here on championship court.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a spot from Pretorius, just dotting the sidelines like she did so often, especially early in game 2 and in game 1.
And that's a flat forehand there too. So when it hits, it doesn't come up. It just slides through the court.
So a timeout called on the court by Turkovic, who trails by 3 here in this third game. Heading back to her corner with Lee Whitwell. Chad, you've coached with Lee in the past. And then it's Shannon's husband, Andrew, in her ear during this timeout. I'll give you, since you've coached with Lee, what do you think is her feedback for Turkovic?
Similar to what I told Lee before the match. I'm just joking. No, yeah, Lee and I have coached together for the last year and a half or so. So right there with her, Daria Wolchek, again, it's more you need to get forward. You need to get that deeper ball to create the shorter ball to then hit your good approach shot. And I think there's a little hesitation on some of the balls for Turkovic to come forward.
You see there on the left wrist of Domenika Turkovic, she has a tattoo that she got when she was 16 years old. It says "Believe in yourself" in Hindu, and she says it reminds her to do exactly that. That self-belief going to be something Turkovic has to tap into here in game number 3, trailing by 3.
Wow, that was just on strings right there for Pretorius. She had Turkovic moving every which way she wanted, waited for the right ball to come up on, and comes out on top of that point and extends her lead.
(6-2).
Pretorius with the serve, up 6-2. That ball deep.
Well, there's a slight hesitation. I think she should have come forward on the previous ball, and then that one she's like, oh, I didn't come forward. I'll rush to get up there on that one. Nice deep ball there from Pretorius.
Side out. .7. 7-3.
7-3 lead here for Pretorius.
Oh. Wow.
Beautifully placed ball.
I thought the point was done. Pretorius.
Turkovic has something to say about that.
Yeah, Pretorius caught the net cord with that volley, and then it allowed Turkovic back into the point.
4-7.
Rally scoring, can't get too loose here. Saw what happened in the second game. Pretorius up 14-10, loses 16-14.
5-7.
And again, Turkovic coming to the net, having success with that. Even if she didn't have to hit the ball once she was up there. Gets herself back within 1.
But again, it starts with the good deep serve. Big serve, gets the shorter ball that she can step into and take inside the baseline, and that puts the pressure on Pretorius.
And we talk about that a lot in singles, is hit that serve. Go for your serve. Right, don't back off it. The serve in singles is so important, because if you get a short return, just like Turkovic did right there, she's able to step into that third, and now she can dictate the point.
So what was once a 7-3 lead has dwindled to just a singular point for Shannon Pretorius. As you can see, our crowd looking pretty in pink here at the Pickle and Chill in Columbus, Ohio. The inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James has been a blast. And the Toyota upcoming schedule, we got a few more tournaments here in 2024 that we hope you will join us for. Next weekend, we're going to meet you in Dallas for the Dallas Open, and then go coast to coast. First to the West Coast in Newport Beach at the end of the month, and then early November, head back to Florida in Boca Raton. Great passing shot there from Turkovic to tie things up.
Well, Pretorius trying to close ground right there. As Turkovic comes up, Pretorius comes up and chases her ball in and tries to cut this off and get it out of the air, but just misses.
7-7.
This time, Pretorius does not wait. She steps in and takes the serve early, follows the return in, puts the pressure on, goes ahead at the end change.
So we do change ends on Pretorius's terms. She would have liked Domenika Turkovic's score to be 3, which is what it was when she had 7 points.
She definitely would have preferred that.
Would have preferred that. But instead, it remains a 1-point game here in the third, which is going to determine who takes home the gold medal, the inaugural gold medal in women's singles here from the APP Women's Open, presented by the James. Out of this timeout, what do you want to see Domenika Turkovic tap into to try and tie things up?
Well, I think she's going to come out and go with a big return. Again, it all comes down to the depth of the ball she's giving Pretorius. Pretorius doesn't make a lot of mistakes. We've seen a couple here and there. But she is going to hit the ball clean. She's going to put it where she wants to put it. If Turkovic can't put the pressure on Pretorius by getting that deeper ball, creating the shorter ball to then be able to come forward, then Pretorius is going to be able to control the point.
I concur, Chad. You concur. Turkovic has got to have a good return here.
Yeah.
This is the key, because if she doesn't, Pretorius is going to follow this in and take a 2-point lead.
I mean, one or two things, right? If you're going to be back that far, as she is right now, to hit the return, you have to hit a deep return. Either that or take a couple of steps forward, hit that return on the rise, now follow behind. Oh, that's pretty.
Change of pace, roll, cross court with the forehand. That's a nice shot there from Pretorius.
Nine, 7.
What a shot. Turkovic painting the sideline and not letting Pretorius get out of her sights midway through game number 3.
Now, that wasn't a very big hole for her to take down the line there.
Side out, point.
Oh, got just too easy right there. She knows where she needs to go. It's the right spot, but she almost tries to aim it instead of hit it there.
10-8.
And it comes down to depth. Turkovic didn't get any deep balls right there. It allowed Pretorius to come inside the baseline, choose the right ball for the approach, and then can just control the point from the kitchen line.
11-8.
No, it's just too good. Patience right there from Pretorius. Deep balls forcing Turkovic to try to match her with the baseline, but she gets this shorter ball right here, follows behind it, nice and deep to the backhand.
So it's a 12-8 lead here for Shannon Pretorius, and Domenika Turkovic wants a timeout on the court, trailing by 4. It's crunch time here in this women's singles gold medal match. What do you think, Dom, out of this timeout is going to be the biggest key for Shannon Pretorius to close out this game and this match?
Again, approaching on the right time, right? Don't get too premature coming up to the kitchen line. She's comfortable going baseline to baseline with Turkovic. When she's able to get in, when she's able to step inside the baseline and approach, that's when she's been at her best right now to get this 4-point lead. Right out of this timeout, big serve. She's got to look for a short return and approach here again. It's been the same thing, I think, for both players. They've both taken advantage of shorter returns or shorter balls and coming up. And I'd say probably, if we're just throwing it out, I'd say probably 75% of the time, whoever gets to the kitchen line first has been winning points. Yep. Right? So you're winning 3 out of 4 points when you come up at that right time. So I'm going to look for Pretorius to look for the right ball here, but I'd look for Turkovic. If she can step into a soft serve here, come in right away. See if she puts some pressure on, but she does.
And just like that, sets up the point, and she's at 9.
Well, she got a little softer serve, right? Pretorius didn't go for that one as much. Turkovic able to step into it and come in.
Oh, too good on the overhead there from Pretorius.
13.
Both of them coming in on the returns the last 2 points.
So it's a 13-9 lead. Shannon Pretorius with the serve and 2 points away from her first APP gold medal.
Yeah, that was pretty right there from Turkovic. Excellent execution. Takes the ball on the rise, follows behind it.
Ten, 13.
A little bit of help off the net
Side
for Shannon Pretorius, and now
14.
it's a championship point here for Shannon Pretorius.
We've seen this story.
Game 2.
Deja vu. What?
Pretorius led 14-10, but Domenika Turkovic worked all the way back to take the game 16-14. Now everything on the line for Pretorius. She can win her first gold medal with this serve. And she paints the inside of the sideline like she's done so many times in this match. Shannon Pretorius the last few months has been oh so close, but never gotten that gold medal. She's got it now here in Columbus. Congratulations to Shannon Pretorius. We're going to wrap things up in just a moment when we return.
Shannon Pretorius coming out on top in a battle, Chad. 3 games.
Taking her first gold medal here, but it was all about the consistency. She stepped up, put the pressure on, comes away with the win. We're going to throw it down to AJ McCord, who's courtside for our post-match interview.
Congratulations, Shannon Pretorius. You've told me that the last few months you've come so close in these big matches to making your mark here on the APP Tour. What does it mean to you to walk away with this gold medal?
I mean, it feels so amazing. I've come really close this year, and to do it here at the Women's Open feels amazing. And I had so many close matches, and I really just pushed over and got those wins, so it feels great.
Congratulations. Shannon Pretorius is our women's singles gold medalist here at the APP Women's Open, presented by the James.
Yeah, Melissa McCurley presenting Shannon Pretorius with her medal and trophy. Congratulations, Shannon, coming out on top. Beautifully done by her. It was just about execution in the end.
Such a cool moment to wrap up our APP Women's Open presented by the James. A really special weekend, you guys, to be a part of here in Columbus, Ohio. Of course, celebrating the amazing community that is pickleball and that brings people together, but utilizing that community for such an important moment and celebrating all the James does for cancer research and cancer patients. What has it felt like to be a part of it?
It's just meant a lot, I know, for Chad and I to be here. We all have stories. We've all dealt with this, and it's just been absolutely incredible to be here and be with all these amazing people all weekend.
Yeah, and Dom, again, we always talk about it. Our funnest event to call and what we, over the years, have loved to call is women's doubles. And we got a double dose this weekend. Awesome. So, hey, why not? But, yeah, for an event like this where women are picking up women and we can really, spotlight how athletic these women are for a fantastic cause. Phenomenal event to be a part of.
So grateful to be a part of the inaugural APP Women's Open presented by the James. I've got a feeling we're going to be enjoying this for years to come. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend on CBS Sports Network. For Dom Catalano and Chad Edwards and our entire crew, I'm AJ McCord. Thanks for watching coverage of the APP Women's Open presented by the James on CBS Sports Network.